There you are. How you doing, Josh?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you very much for doing this for me. I really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. It's fun. Sorry, my mic wasn't working when I jumped in here. Like, I
Hang
don't know
on
what
one sec.
happened to it,
I'm gonna
but
close the door. I'm gonna close the door to my den.
cool.
So, just full disclosure here before we start. I've got you on what is that? Twitch?
Oh yeah, all good.
No big deal. And I'm also recording it because I think it's better quality. I've got the engine all fired up. I've done my pre-flight checklist and done my run-up. We're good to go. We got no wind here at the airport. And
Yep.
if we want to connect up, I can't take off right now because I'm not instrument rated. But I mean, I can try.
Yeah. Oh well, I think we've got even bigger hazards than that. I'm looking at the airport temperatures right now. We've got temperatures of 1 degree Celsius and 1 degree dew point.
Oh
So,
my God, that with potential icing, eh?
yeah, severe icing possible. We've got mixture of light snow and mist, so we've got potential freezing rain going on. So even with an instrument rating, I would not be taking off into this. So we might need to play with the weather a little bit.
So
But
in other
yeah,
words, this would be a wash. We wouldn't be going
no
today.
way. Yeah, we would not be going in a Skyhawk. Maybe in a Chancellor or something that has like major de-icing capability, but not in a Skyhawk unless we want to turn into a flying popsicle.
Okay, so I'm looking at the METAR right now at Portland Hillsboro, and what am I seeing here? Oh, the visibility is too low anyway. It's only 1.25 statute miles visibility. I couldn't fly. I wouldn't be allowed to. I'd be grounded right there.
Oh yeah, and then your ceilings are super low, broken at 600.
I got broken at 600 overcast at 13.
Yeah, you need a minimum of, I think, 1,000-foot ceilings for VFR
And
flight.
you know, and the dumbed down METAR on on Flight Simulator is temperature 01, dew point 01. And then the remarks don't look remarkable. And all I have is light snow. So you were looking at the weather map then and picked that up, did you?
I just looked at the METAR, honestly. So just seeing
But where did you grab?
minus.
Where'd you grab the METAR? Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh no, just off SkyVector. I just use SkyVector and hover over the little airport.
Okay, I'm gonna do that as well. Sky Vector, eh? Because it's all. Oh my gosh, Scappoose would have been nice.
Yeah, you've got you can still get out. Light rain, still a little dicey, but even the surrounding areas are all pretty much marginal VFR or IFR.
Okay.
Like Southwest Regional is IFR. Vancouver and Portland are marginal VFR. Everything's pretty marginal right now.
So on Sky Vector, I've got broken at 1500 and overcast at 2400.
Okay, they just updated that then, so it's improving
Yeah, well, this
since
is
the last forecast.
1700 Zulu.
Okay, it literally just came out, yeah. So.
Yeah, so it's 1700 Zulu. So is that worse? That is, eh? And then the
It's
remarks are.
improved a little bit. The visibility's 5 now. We've got mist. No, we don't have snow anymore.
Right.
But temperatures are still pretty cold at 2 degrees Celsius.
Right.
We're already going to hit freezing at about 1,000 feet off the ground, so it's pretty severe
So
icing
where are you
conditions.
reading that? What I'm reading is RAE 1655. What is that? Rain elevation?
RAA 1655, that's rain ended at
Oh, it's 1600?
1655 Zulu.
1655?
Yeah.
Well, it's still raining here on me, but that's Microsoft. They're, what, a half an hour behind?
Approximately, yeah.
And then okay. Okay, so how should we play this then? Should
So
we
we were
make
going
up?
to probably have changed the weather anyway, right? We were going to modify it so that even if it was good visibility, we were going to give you cloud visibility so you couldn't see outside to kind of mimic foggles or
Yep,
whatever.
yep, gotcha.
So let's go ahead and do something like that. Where are you currently? I'm not sure if I can do your controls, if it will, if I'm not at exactly the same location as you, but we can try. I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
All right.
So,
What's your code again? Why don't you just chat it to me?
oh, I gotta fire that up. Right, so bear with me because I did the update and I might have moved where this was located.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, no
I
worries.
don't know if I did or not. So where would I find the session code?
I believe it was just once you fire up your controls, then you have to, like, I think start a server. I think you posted it last time.
Start server.
Yeah, and then I think it gives you a code.
Well, I got to put an active aircraft in, right?
That's right.
And I'm just using the Cessna 172 Skyhawk. Period. Simple.
Very good.
That looks
Node
all good.
1000.
I'm going to save those settings. Start server. I think I've got a server, but I don't see a session number. Oh, session code. Got it. It's quite small. So I'll put it in the chat in this channel here.
Sounds good. I'm gonna try to get myself approximately to where you are. So are you on the southeast side of the field or northwest side? Which side did you taxi to?
Southwest. Okay,
Okay, you're
showing
southwest.
chat. Hang on a sec. I can tell you the exact ramp number if you want.
Yeah, you go ahead. You can give me
Why isn't it copying that?
that. No worries once you do that. So that is part of the test standards, being able to still fly and accomplish what you need to do when distracted. So I'm always good at distracting people.
Oh,
so
great. That's really good. I told my brother that I was studying checklists while I was driving, and he just thought I was nuts.
Yeah, probably not the greatest thing to do.
I think it's a good idea. I got my priorities straight. I've just texted you the number. And how do I figure out what ramp I'm at?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't know that you can once
I
you
think I'm
boot
gonna
up
have to
into
go
it.
out, and I'm gonna have to come back in again. And I should have wrote it down.
That's okay. I can try. Let me just try to
No,
connect with the code that you sent, and then we'll see if it works. I can try.
Okay.
Worst case, it freaks out. Not a big deal. All right, let me go ahead and. Are you already connected to the VATSIM network?
I'm connected to the VATSIM. Yep.
Okay, you are. Let me see if I can find you. I don't see you. Are you connected maybe as an observer?
Nope. I am connected. Let me look. Let me look at the VATSIM map myself. Here's the VATSIM map.
Maybe I'm just because I connected as a alpha code. I can't see.
No, I'm not on. Oh yeah, I am. If you zoom in, I'm just a little dot. Do you know what I mean?
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's just because I connected as observer. Okay, let me do this real quick. I've got a plan. Give me 1 second.
No, and it's showing my flight plan and my remarks.
Yeah, I know what's happening. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I see. So when I connected VATSIM and I logged in, I preemptively knew that I was going to use 223 Echo Whiskey, so I connected as that with the alpha at the end. But because I did that, the program knew that it should not draw your airplane because I was going to be a co-pilot, so it just was making you invisible to me, not invisible to everyone else. So I'm connecting as Echo Zulu temporarily so I can taxi over to you.
Gotcha.
Sit on top of your airplane and then reconnect, and that should work.
Gotcha.
Give me a couple seconds there. And then you can pick your favorite weather settings, although I don't know if you know how to set the weather yet.
Well, you can help me if I have any difficulty.
I'll help you out with that. Should be in your top toolbar with all the clouds or whatever. Going to text.
I'm not doing it right now deliberately because I'm just not touching anything and I'm not moving while you try to connect. I've heard that's helpful. I've heard. This is borderline on snow right now.
Yeah, it's really cold and really bad weather.
Well, there was snow here this morning when I woke up. It snowed last night.
Oh, really? Okay. Connect as Echo Whiskey Alpha. Connect as observer. Cool. And then I'm going to try to type your session code in. Where did you put the session code?
In the chat in this voice channel.
Oh, right. That's right.
So.
Forgot about that little Discord feature.
I like it. Then I don't have to switch between yours and my personal kind of chatting. I just keep this screen up. That's all I need for this screen.
Okay, let's see. So do I have controls here? Yes, I can modify your mixture.
So you're okay?
Yeah, I can.
Nice day, eh?
Yolks. Yeah, it's working. Alright, good. Yes, very good. Okay, we are apparently set up here. Let's see. If I turn off these lights, let me just see if I can do that or not. Do these lights turn off on you? Let me see. Turn those on. No, I don't think so.
What lights?
I'm gonna try to turn the panel lights off. Just to see
Oh,
if
I
can...
wouldn't be able to see them. I've switched over to different weather already.
Oh, okay, cool, you're good. Alright, what weather did you pick so I can match?
Turn off the overhead light, the floodlights up top. I can see you turn it. Yep, those are working.
Okay, cool, we're good.
So I got a nice clear day right now.
Okay, I'm gonna set clear skies as well.
If you want, we can do that, and then...
Yeah, we'll change
Oh, you
it
know...
once we're in the air.
Okay.
If you want to do that, or what were you gonna suggest?
Well, whatever you want to do. You're the flight instructor, so you can take control, be assertive, but be like Ed. what I'm suggesting.
Well, that's a bit more easily said than done.
Yeah, he's got a lot of experience, that man. I really like listening to him. So I just realized we're taping this, so I gotta be careful and say what. What we could do is we could flyer so that you take off, or you're monitoring me taking off, and we are flying IFR, and we could just you can take over if I need it, but you're seeing what I'm seeing, right?
Yeah,
Or
we could do that.
you could have a nice clear day, and I can set the cloud on for me once we get up.
Yeah, I think that's probably would be the more kind of realistic approach. Even IFR for pilots, I mean, we're going to take off in visual conditions, so you're not going to take off completely blind just by reference to instruments. You're always going to be able to at least see the runway. So yeah, let's do it like real world. So I know that's always the fun thing to do. So we'll do real world. We'll do a takeoff. We'll go to a practice area, and then we'll stick some foggles on you and see how well you can maintain your headings, altitudes, and airspeeds and all that. So it'll be more practice of what you've been doing VFR, but now without being able to see anything outside.
And I've had no experience with this at all. I haven't watched any YouTube videos, anything. I'm totally green at this, so you'll be my coach.
Cool, very good. And before we get rolling, then, so you already did your run up. You're already good to go.
Yep.
Let me just check over, familiarize myself with what we've got. Your fuel's in, both. Mixture is leaned. Flaps are up. Trims look set to me. Throttle's okay. Lights, taxi lights are on. Masters, we're charging. Pressure, oil, green.
Oh, I didn't check the transponder yet.
Transponder, it looks
on
like you're in
1200.
altitude and 1200. We're set. We've got your 122.8 tuned in. We do have ATC online to the east of us at Portland.
We do.
So stay outside of their airspace. Just towers online. So
towers online.
No factor for us.
There's somebody flying patterns over at Portland right now too.
Yep, that's right.
Well, that might be nice to have that ambiance in the background. Let me set COM2 on that.
Yeah, you can set them on COM2 receive.
I can't get the ATIS. Do you know why that's happening like that?
Sometimes it just glitches out.
I mean, you can try to get it. I've got it set on the ATIS right now, and I'll set the Portland Tower for the other frequency.
Yeah, I'm not hearing the ATIS, and when I try to request info, I'm not getting it. So I don't think it's
775. Oh, I went right by it. So let's see if we got Portland Tower. We won't know right away, but anyway, we'll leave it on that. Comms 2 is on right now. I think I've got the volume up. The volume doesn't seem to affect anything anyway.
No, I don't think it does.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Just leave that there for now. And then, okay, so let's just go ahead and brief our route here. So, what's your planned runway that you're going to be using?
Hang on one second. I'm just doing the volume mix over here. Okay, my planned runway, I was going to do 13 right.
Okay, 13 right today. Winds are calm, so that's fine. We'll do 13 right, and then let's try not to go into Class Charlie. So where do you want to go? Do you want to go south, west, north?
West.
Where do you want? Okay, we're gonna
West.
do west. Okay.
I'm getting pretty familiar with the west.
Okay, cool. So we'll go west, and let's just see. I'm looking at my sky vector chart here. Maybe we can do some maneuvers over maybe Henry Hagg Lake or something. We can head over to
Henry
the
Hagg Lake?
southwest.
Hang
Yeah, we
on
can head over there if you
one
want.
second here. I'm just going to bring up. I just went over a lake last night. I'm guessing that's Henry Hagg Lake, but I'm just trying to confirm.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was Skaggs Valley Park. Oh, Henry Hagg Lake. That's where I was. Yeah, that was neat over there.
Yeah, so maybe we can do some practice over there, and you won't be able to see anything, of course, but I will.
Okay, so we'll fly over to there, and that puts us out in a safe area.
All right,
And,
cool. And while we're here, let's go ahead and kind of think altitude-wise. Let's see, what altitude do you want to fly out to there?
should I file a flight plan for that?
You can if you want. Are we planning to come back to Hillsboro, I guess?
Yeah,
Or are
yeah,
we
for
gonna...
sure.
All right, sure. Yeah, you can go ahead and file a flight plan if you want. Just file Hillsboro to Hillsboro. For your route, you can just put VFR if you want to. You don't have to actually file the route if you're filing VFR.
Okay. Might as well. Then we got it on VATSIM, right?
Yep. You log those hours.
Yeah, you bet. So, and I'm going to be going to the south. So we'll head a little ways out to the south, and we'll put a waypoint in there, and then we'll just put a waypoint right over top of Henry Hagg Lake, and then we'll land the same way we came. We'll land in the.
Pardon?
So that's
Sounds like
13 right. That's left-hand pattern? That's right.
13 right is left-hand pattern. Let me confirm that. Interesting.
Isn't that neat,
No, wait. Yeah, 13 right is left-hand pattern. Yeah, that's interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it'd usually be right-hand pattern, but I guess the 13 left is so rarely used, it's kind of not a factor. So.
Yeah, have you ever been here before?
Yes, I had to fly out of here for the P2 check ride.
Okay.
Didn't have to worry too much about traffic patterns then, though, because we have departure procedures that we follow instead, so we kind of disregard traffic patterns for that.
Okay.
Or, well, the departure procedures account for the traffic pattern, so we don't have to think.
Okay, so what time is it now? 17:20. We'll say 17:30 roughly. Take off, right?
Yep.
And there we go. We've filed flight plan.
Very
And
good.
it looks like this. There we go. Okay, flight plan filed. And I think we got a little bit of noise coming in over the radio there, so things are
It
probably
does,
working.
yeah, sound like
Portland Tower, Cessna 50
Yeah, very
Bravo, midpoint, runway 28 right. My hour file time is about up, so looking
here's
for a
a
full
question.
stop.
When we're listening to those radio comms coming in
70
from the
Bravo.
tower,
Wind 180
should we be waiting
6,
before we
runway
get on
28
there
right,
just because
clear
some
land.
other aircraft may be listening to both as well?
180 at 06 knots.
That's very insightful. You know, honestly, if you're that requires a lot of like conscientiousness to think about that. But yeah, you do have a point there. If someone else is monitoring both frequencies, then technically, yeah, waiting until they're done would prevent overlap. I would say 99% of pilots probably are not going to do that. 99% of pilots are just going to focus on the frequency that they're transmitting on.
Right.
So, if anything, I would probably mute the other channel when I'm getting near an airport that I'm intending to land at. That way I could actually focus on the traffic. I would mute my second comm. But yeah, I mean, you could, theoretically, you could do that.
Okay.
But I would probably, myself, I probably wouldn't, but that's really insightful.
Hillsboro.
Okay, hang on. So, do you have your taxi plan? Do you have your airport diagram up?
Yeah. I don't, and that's a really good idea.
Yeah, always have your airport diagram up. That way you don't
Got
get
my
lost.
airport diagram up, and it says Alpha, but it's actually Bravo. So I'm going to call it Alpha because I think that's what everybody else looks at.
Correct, yeah, use the airport diagram. So we are off of, looks like Golf right now, so we're in taxi via Alpha to 13 right, alright.
So here's a question too. I noticed we got a little bit of light wind out there coming out of the north. So actually we really should be taking off a 3-1 left rather than 1-3 right. There's an aircraft up there. Is that guy on VATSIM?
I do not see an aircraft on my little nav map, so I'm assuming it might be just air traffic. Just like auto AI generated,
It must
you
be.
can turn.
I thought I turned that all off.
You probably did. It may or may not have reset some of it when it updated.
Okay, well anyway,
so
we'll leave
possible.
it. It shouldn't be a big deal. So anyways,
Let
you
me
can
see.
if you look at the windsock out there just to our north, it looks like I've been noticing that it's just dancing around ever so little bit. That means we got a little bit of wind coming out of the north. Should I be changing the runway? That means I have to cross the runway 2 and runway 20.
Yeah,
And rather than crossing it, I would just stay with 1-3. That was my plan.
Yeah, it's calm winds, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. It would depend on other aircraft, and if there's already people in the pattern, then yeah, that would kind of make my decision for you. Also, sometimes the airport will say what the calm wind runway is. It doesn't say for this airport which calm wind runway is preferred, so I would just still use 1-3 right because there's nobody here right now, and it's calm winds. But yeah, technically 3-1 left, but there's barely any wind at all, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Okay.
Some people on VATSIM will be very insistent that even if there's a half a knot wind, that you have to use the wind that favors that runway. But
Well, it probably helps other pilots too, right?
Yeah, it does help make a consistency. But if it's calm wind, it's perfectly safe. No one's here.
I'm not landing opposed to somebody else, but we set our own custom weather here.
Yeah,
okay, Hillsboro traffic, Skyhawk 223 Echo Whiskey will be taxiing on Alpha for departure 13 to the west. How's that?
Pretty good. Very good.
So I'm releasing the park brake.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm also going to zoom in the GPS because if you zoom in, it does give you a taxiway layout, and that can help with situational awareness that you actually go to the right runway.
Okay, I've been studying the GNS. Was it a 520? It's the Garmin
530, I want to say.
530, yeah. I've been studying that a little bit because that's going to be my next step. Is I'm going to have to start learning about instruments to get my instrument reading.
Yep.
But all I've been using it for so far is just to get my radio comms and my nav radio comms, eh?
Yeah, that's all you need it for right now.
Boy, it's a beautiful day. Now you can see that we're actually, this is Delta, right?
So it says, yeah, I think it's
Delta, and that should be
Alpha.
What, A5?
I think it's Alpha.
And it says we're at Bravo on towards Delta.
Yeah, it's definitely wrong. The signs on the default signs on MSFS are not accurate. There are add-ons you can buy to make them more accurate, but I haven't bothered with it because I just use the airport diagram.
Okay. So I had a lot of fun yesterday. I was being.
Cess 50 Bravo, welcome back to Portland and exit left when able.
I was foolish, and there was a bit of weather up here. There was a big cloud over top of this area, and I tried to fly around it. I ended up having to set down at one of the little private airstrips to the northwest to wait for the cloud to clear.
Ah, good. Very good.
So the air traffic controller told me to clear the area here when I was doing a run-up. He said it's easy to get stuck in this area. Other pilots have been reporting getting stuck.
Interesting.
I didn't know about
bad
that.
terrain or something.
Yeah, and I find
Cessna 50 Bravo, back
that
to
Microsoft has set it up so all of these taxiways are obstacle
courses
courses with these taxiway lights.
Clear to taxi back to general.
Yes, it's a little ridiculous.
Okay, so I've already done my run up,
Cessna 50 Bravo, thank you.
and I had a nice place to do it. So right here, I'm just going to go through my checklist for starting.
Okay.
And the Microsoft one is pretty simple, right?
Overall, yeah.
before takeoff, I just make sure my radios are set, and they are. Make sure the avionics are set, and they are. I check my autopilot because I don't. I'll never forget that now. I check my autopilot. Elevator trim are set for takeoff. Mixture's full rich. Cabin doors are locked. Parking brakes released. I also want to turn on my lights, which is not mentioned on this checklist, and I haven't figured out how to modify it yet. So put on the landing light, take off the taxi light, and I'm gonna start my timer, just so I have a timer going.
I put strobes on too. Once you take the run.
Put the strobes on too. Is that 6? Yeah, it's 6. So that's all good. And I do a quick check of the engine. Engine looks good. And the instruments, mixtures. It was in, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll put it in because I think I'm overriding it because it gives me priority on mixture since it's on my side of the cockpit.
Okay,
I'll
good.
Put it for you.
Well, there it is. I
For your information, I muted COM 2 just for stereo cockpit.
Nice. Okay, good. So, Hillsboro traffic, Skyhawk 223 Echo Whiskey, departing 13 to the south, Hillsboro. Then I do a quick check visually, and I don't see anything, but I can't really see clearly. So I'm going to do a little bit of a wobble to the north as I come out, just to clearly check that. Parking brakes released. See how I'm stuck?
Yeah, it's kind of normal for MSFS planes to get a little stuck.
Here's my wobble, so I can take a look up to the north. There's nothing there. That's good. Oh, there's an aircraft. What the heck is he doing?
It's not ours.
Can you see it?
No.
You can't see it. I got an aircraft there. He's just flying.
Practice.
He's flying right over top of the runway, and he's wobbling back and forth.
Yeah, it sounds like you got the AI traffic re-enabled for some reason, which is not your fault. Just MSFS does that sometimes. Part of your pre-flight check is after every update, make sure all your settings stayed.
Okay, you've got it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out.
You're seeing things, Jim.
Okay, gotta stop doing those mushrooms before we go flying.
Seeing airplanes on the runway.
Okay, so we're lined up with the runway.
Numbers are confirmed, headings confirmed.
Numbers confirmed, headings confirmed. Right. Brakes on. Smoothly. Increase the throttle to full. I've got another aircraft. Okay, the engine's good. Airspeed's alive. We're going to rotate out at 55 smoothly, which I'm finding harder to do in Microsoft than it is in X-Plane.
That was good. I like that. Whatever I just experienced was good to me.
And then I'm going to hold it on 1.3, bring it up to 75 knots.
Very nice.
And we'll keep climbing like this till we get to 200 plus 700, 900 feet, and then we're going to turn to the west. Right-hand turn. Checking the skies. And then we can begin our turn now. Now, how far away would I do my call to the Hillsboro traffic that I'm departing the area?
I usually give a call when I'm turning right across when I call now, just letting them know.
Hillsboro traffic, Skyhawk 223 Echo Whiskey, turning to the west at 1,200. Final call.
And now for the final call, I probably would call out like once I'm 5 miles out or 10 miles out, something like that would be my final
so
call.
don't even say final on that one.
No, on that one you're just kind of informing people where you're currently at in the pattern, because they may not have heard you the first time, but they may just be tuning in. It's like a radio talk show. They keep saying the same thing over and over again if you've been listening to it, but it's just they keep saying the same thing because new listener.
So roughly, I'm going to want a heading of about 250 to get over to that lake, because I've got on Sky Vector I got. Oh wait a minute, 250 minus 50, 235.
5, yeah.
Because I got, it's 247 minus 15, right?
Yes.
And I, what did I put in for my flight plan for the altitude? I can't remember. Oh, I put in 1,000.
You can climb a little bit more. I think a little higher is more comfortable, so we can change our mind.
Sure. 3,000?
Yes, do 3,000.
250, 230. Did I say 235? I did.
Yep.
I'm getting some glitching going on. It's a new graphics card, eh? So it's stuttering. What's my temperature? 73? That's not bad.
I like that turned crosswind, by the way. It was not rough at all, so good smooth turn there.
Oh man, I've really learned that the throttle is really sensitive in Microsoft. So I'm going to bring the throttle back to about 2,300 RPM. And I'm going to try to establish, level of flight. I'll trim it out a little bit. And it seems after I establish level flight, the RPMs come up a little bit.
Yep, they will. As you gain airspeed, because it's a fixed pitch propeller, it will actually increase RPM, so you have to readjust after the initial. Or if you account for it ahead of time, you can, put a little bit more trim down than you think you'll need, because you know the airspeed's going to come up.
Okay, so I think that lake is at a different heading. I think it's a little bit more to our right. I think I can just see the corner of it. See it?
Looking. Oh yeah, I see it just coming out over the
So that's
hills there.
probably what happened is I went further south of the airport than I thought.
Yep.
So I'm going to turn and I'm just going to aim for over top of the lake now. I'm going to fly by pilotage.
There is kind of a part of a theory, which is just, to take up a heading that will kind of offset you, so you're not directly over your landmark, because actually being directly over a landmark makes it hard to see when you're doing by pilotage.
Good
you kind
point.
of do want to be off to the side.
So I'm a little bit high on my altitude, but you know what? If we're flying out there, I might want to get a little bit higher anyway, because that's higher terrain over there, right?
Sure.
It's about 1,200 feet, 2,000 feet. Yeah, the mountain over there is 2,000, so I'm only 1,000 feet over the ground. So I'm going to want to be up 3,500, 4,000 at least. So we'll climb a little bit more.
Agree. And above 3,000, you can lean the mixture. I'm going to go ahead and pull it out a little bit, just so that we can.
Okay.
Better performance. Above 3,000, we lean the mixture out. The higher we go, the more we lean it out. The air's getting thinner. Below 3,000, we usually operate full rich.
Okay.
And it's 3,000 MSL, not AGL, so obviously the air doesn't care about AGL.
No, of course not. Boy, I sure enjoyed that yesterday. I sure enjoyed this simulator. I couldn't do that in X-Plane.
With the cloud dodging.
Oh, it was really cool because I could obviously see that it was clear just over by Scappoose or towards Scappoose, but right around Hillsboro, there was a big cloud over the whole area. So I thought, well, I'll fly up to the north of it, and then I'll fly over to the west, and then I'll come down to the west of Hillsboro and see if there's a way to come in from the west, and there wasn't. So then I was just flying around, waiting for it to clear. But you can do that.
Yeah, you can simulate that, that kind of occurrence.
But it sure taught me, and then it started to get foggy. As dusk was setting in, the visibility started to get poor. Okay, I'm going to level out here. And it sure got foggy fast. I mean, it didn't just drop, but it just got foggy quite quickly.
It's actually just for direction of flight. Let's take it up actually to 4,500.
4,500.
Just as you were getting ready to level off.
No, that's good.
Gotta keep you on your toes. Gotta live up to what would Ed do?
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if he'll do this with me now. I wonder if he would do shared cockpit. That would be fun.
Is he on MSFS?
I don't know, but I can do it on X-Plane too, right?
That's true. You're the
I'm gonna buy
simulators
X-Plane 12 for that reason, so I can share it.
free simulators.
Yeah, but there's no point trying to learn X-Plane 12 because I hear it's buggy still.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. It's getting better, I think.
Leveling out at 4,500.
Very good.
So bringing back the RPMs to 2,300. Trying to maintain 100 knots. Okay.
Beautiful altitude control there. Excellent.
And speed. Speed's important.
Very good. 100. Speed is comfortable. Altitude's good. That looks pretty stable to me. Congratulations, sir. You just established straight and level flight.
Okay.
Alright. So let's go ahead and pass the controls to me while you get your weather set up.
Okay. I'm gonna have to find that. So that's here. Here. There we go. Your controls. Give control. Excellent.
Alright. I have control. Okay. So if you want to go ahead and get your foggles on, you want to just set the weather to
putting my foggles on.
something that's. I think if you just put overcast, that probably will do it. But let me see if there's actually a good preset here.
That's okay. I'll find it.
Overcast, you might not actually do it. You need to put rain or something.
No, it doesn't do it. I'll find it.
I mean, you can also customize it. I can tell you what cloud layers to put in there.
No, live weather doesn't work either.
Yeah, no, you don't want live weather.
Okay, so we're gonna put. Okay, I've got my foggles on.
Alright, you can't see nothing?
I can't see nothing. I can't even see the clouds.
Oh, that's perfect. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to get us turned around to a north heading temporarily here. And once I'm established on a north heading, I just want you to refer to your attitude instruments. So, what are your 6 instruments showing you? So the top left one, what's that telling you?
Well, the top left is my speed on my 6-pack. You mean my airspeed?
Yep.
Airspeed's showing just a little over 100 knots, and true airspeed's 100.
Alright, fair enough. The indicated is what matters aerodynamically. The true airspeed's good for navigational performance. Aerodynamically indicated is what determines if you're stalling or flying.
Okay.
Alright, how about the middle top gauge?
My attitude indicator is showing straight and level flight, not climbing, not descending.
Very good. And how about the one on the top right?
My altimeter is showing 4,540.
Something like that. Very good. Excellent. Okay, and then the bottom left.
But the turn coordinator is showing straight and level flight.
Excellent. No deflection on the ball either. And
Nope.
how about the bottom middle?
Bottom middle is showing almost exactly north, just a little bit right of north, so maybe 5 degrees.
Very good. Okay. And then last one, I think, bottom right.
Vertical speed indicator is showing level flight.
Alright, excellent. So the important thing to remember is that your airspeed indicator only works if your pitot tube is unblocked. So if you did find yourself in the clouds like this, it is always possible that you will have icing in clouds. So you would want to turn your pitot heat on if you are in the clouds. So the pitot heat is that switch by your avionics master.
Okay.
Yeah, you would want to turn that on because if that pitot tube clogs up, guess what your airspeed's gonna read?
Okay.
0! That's very interesting.
Yeah, we wouldn't like that.
No, that would not be very fun. At that point, you could still fly, you would need to rely on your RPM setting and your attitude indicator just to know that, okay, if I put the RPM at 2300, I know I usually get around 100 knots. So you'd have to have faith in your RPM and your engine management. The other thing that's important to remember is that your attitude indicator and your heading indicator, the two gauges in the middle, those are vacuum driven.
Right.
So if your vacuum pump fails, those are going to fail.
Right.
And they will not work anymore. You would have to rely on your turn coordinator for straight and level flight indication and your altimeter for pitch information. It would be secondhand.
Okay.
Obviously, you don't have to. Bottom line is, though, you should never be in this position at all as a VFR pilot because
No.
you really don't want to be relying on instruments.
Yeah. Well, unless you were being silly like I was yesterday and trying to skirt around a big cloud and
Sure.
suddenly find
Sure.
yourself being surrounded by clouds and you can't get out.
Right, which is why they teach you to, be able to do this. Do you know where to check your vacuum gauge system to show if your vacuum pressure is working?
Yeah, it's over on the left, and it's the, if I look at the two bottom gauges,
Yep.
it's the third indicator from
Yep.
the left, right next to
Very
the
good.
ammeter.
Very good. So if that's not indicating in the green, then your attitude indicator and heading gyro are going to be unreliable, and you have to rely on your turn coordinator and your mag compass. Your mag compass will always work.
Mag compass will always work, unless you drink the whiskey inside of it.
Exactly. And then, at that point, it's anybody's guess. All right, I'm going to pass controls back over to you now, and I'll just have you hold straight and level on a south heading, so I'll get you set up there, and then I'll hand over the controls to you in just a second. Biggest thing is if you are in the clouds as a VFR pilot, nice and gentle turns if you're going to turn anything. So first, just straight and level, try not to panic. And honestly, if you find yourself in the clouds, turn the autopilot on. You will not die that way. At least it'll fly straight and level, worst case.
Right.
So remember, the autopilot will save you if you can't save yourself, because the autopilot doesn't have eyeballs and it doesn't need to see. So, all right, I'm going to pass the control back to you.
Okay.
Your controls.
I have the controls.
You have the controls. All right, just hold us straight and level here. I'm going to set a timer for a couple minutes and just hold straight and level. Straight on south heading and altitude 4,500. Just power, pitch as needed, whatever you need to do. Alright, so the simulation here is that, you were thinking around on your map, or you're looking at your checklist and you look up and like, oh my gosh, I'm in the cloud.
I'm in the cloud.
Alright,
Yeah, this does not feel natural at all.
No, you can't see which side is up, which side is down.
Yeah.
So you gotta trust your instruments. You know they work when it's VFR out, so they still work even when it's cloudy.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm going to bring it a little bit around to the right to get on a south heading, because you wanted me to be on a south heading, and I'm going to do it gently.
Very good. If the airplane doesn't know it's cloudy out there, so the biggest thing is not to panic and just to go slowly, and the airplane will keep flying. As long as it's got gas in the tanks, you are happy.
I have a little bit of gas.
You got plenty of
I
gas.
put your weight down as 170, I was guessing.
It might be me after eating a few too many burritos or steaks or something.
So what do you, for the future reference?
Probably closer to like 120 probably.
Holy moly, okay.
Yeah, I'm like a bird, so.
Oh, nice.
Hollow bones.
Okay, my speed is at 100. Does it matter? Should I worry about my speed?
I'm happy with that. That's fine. Yeah, 100 is fine. Just maintaining cruise speed.
It's a little bit less, actually.
Yeah, you're fine. The tolerances, just for your reference, in real world tolerances are airspeed plus or minus 10 knots. So you don't have to over control for speed. Altitude is plus or minus 200. Headings plus or minus 20.
Okay.
So those are your real world tolerances. At this point, just focus on staying alive. I think you're doing fine with maintaining straight level. You're drifting a little bit to the left, but that's just the normal tendencies.
Yeah,
so
I'll bringing it back around.
Pretty good for your first time, honestly.
Okay.
And I'm keeping an eye out for traffic. We're not going to run into anybody because we can't see.
Okay. Excellent.
All right.
Got to bring it around to my right again.
Yeah, bring it around to your right. might need to give you a little bit more power, some airspeed. You know, you'll tend to see things fluctuate. And don't chase the VSI. Focus on the altimeter. So the VSI, there's a lag built in.
Okay.
So never chase the VSI.
But the altimeter is a little bit more responsive, is it?
The altimeter is more responsive, yeah. And it's more so set your pitch. So with the attitude indicator, put that dot right in the middle so that it's level, and then watch and see if the altimeter moves.
Okay.
And it doesn't. So see, if you put it right in the middle, it's perfect. Now it's 0 on the VSI. You're not climbing or descending anymore. You just stick it right where you want it in the middle, and it's not going anywhere.
Okay. Got it. I'm pretty happy with that. Right there.
That's pretty good. I'm good with that. All right, let's give you a turn. We're gonna give you not a left turn because you do that automatically. I'm gonna have you do a right turn to west heading.
Right turn to west heading. How many degrees? 20 degrees? 10 degrees?
Oh, we're gonna go a full 90-degree turn. So, for the actual bank, you mean?
Bank. Yeah. What bank you want?
Let's do like 15.
15. We're gonna smoothly move into a 15-degree bank. This is fun.
Remember, you'll need a little bit of nose up because as you turn,
A little bit of nose up.
Maybe even a little power. Just
a little bit of power. Well, we'll see. Nose up helps. Maybe a bit too much. Speed's dropping a little bit.
You might need a little power.
So that's 10, 15. I'm trying to give it power, but just ever so gently.
Yep.
15. It's still only at 10. Coming back up, almost on the heading. I'm gonna start
more worried about over controlling versus that, so you're good.
I'm gonna bring it back onto this heading now. Oh, we're gonna. There we go. We can drop the nose down a little bit, so we'll bring it back up.
Good. Alright.
Bring it back up
as
to
you transition
4,500.
from that, turn to level flight, the aerodynamics profile is changing, so go ahead and recover it.
Then we'll
Get
bring
a
it
little
back down to
points.
level. A little bit
barely any motion there, because the attitude indicator is so small.
Yeah.
Every little notch is a big change in terms of actual pitch. So
Gotcha.
that's good. All right, I'm pretty
happy with that.
Let's do a turn back to the left. Let's give you a turn to 150.
Turning to 150. 15-degree bank. Gonna start now.
Yep.
Okay, starting now.
Remember, you'll need your pitch as well. Just keep it kind of just level in there. Just don't let it drop. Don't let it go up or down. Very good. That's nice.
So primarily, I'm looking at the attitude indicator. Am I?
Attitude indicator is your window to the outside world, right? So that's matching what the sky is doing that you can't see. And then you're cross-checking every so often. You're looking at your altimeter to see, okay, where's that at? Checking your heading indicator. But I like the kind of hub and spoke method, which is you check your attitude indicator, and you check your altimeter. Then you check your attitude indicator, and you check your heading. Then you check your attitude indicator, and you check your airspeed. But you always come back to the attitude indicator.
Okay, so it's the hub.
That's your hub, yeah.
Okay,
That's the
bring it a
primary.
little bit to the right to bring it back on 1.5 because I overconfident. There we are. My altitude's a bit low.
Bit low, but you're in that plus or minus 200 feet requirement, so that's
So
still
I'm
acceptable.
gonna come back up to 4,500.
Okay, cool. And just for your situational awareness, I've got us facing south of the mountains now, so you are not running into higher terrain. But this is exactly what would happen is if you got yourself in the clouds, as a VFR pilot, that is an emergency situation. So you would want to call ATC and request vectors if ATC was online.
Right.
And at that point, they would be guiding you. They would be giving you headings. They would tell you altitudes. And so if you can fly a heading and if you can maintain an altitude,
they'll get me out of it.
Yeah, they're going to get you out of it.
Nice.
That's the key. And of course, the GPS is very helpful in these situations to kind of give you general. If you're on your own, have to be your own ATC. But all right, good. Maintaining good altitude, even if I'm talking there. So very nice. Let's go ahead and we'll do a climber descent. So let's do a descent down to 3,000 feet. We're facing away from the terrain, so we're happy. So let's Let's go bring it down to 3,000.
Okay.
Probably all you need to do is just pull the power out. That's probably all you need to do, and
Right.
it will go down on its own.
Okay. You want to do it now?
Go ahead, whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm going to bring the power down to about 1900.
Establish about a 500-foot descent per minute. Nothing too rushed, nothing too aggressive.
Okay, I'm going to bring the nose up a little bit then.
Trim as required, or leave the trim alone because you know it's trimmed for 100 knots.
I'm off course here.
Good.
You say leave the
Good
trim alone?
recognition. I would leave the trim alone because it's already set for cruise flight, so that once you hit the 3,000, you can just go back to 2,300 RPM and it will already be trimmed for you.
Okay.
That would be my preference. Because descending and climbing are transitory things. They're not going to happen forever. But it's up to you. If you feel really uncomfortable holding the yoke or the joystick against the pressure.
I'm not doing anything. It's flying itself.
All right, that's perfect. That's exactly what you should be doing as a
So it's,
instrument
I guess
condition.
part of the trick is trying to get to know your aircraft, what RPMs work best for.
Yeah. And you found it about 1900 or 2000.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to also maintain that speed as well, right?
Yep. Finish is good. You're fine right there. So this is perfect. This is a perfect profile.
Okay.
So actually memorize that. Whatever you have set here, that 2,000 foot, 2,000 RPM, really
Right.
nice descent rate, nice and calm, nice and gentle. Ears aren't going to be popping. Very good.
One of the reasons that I'm focusing on the speed is the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing this in the traffic pattern, and I got to be careful that there's somebody in front of me and somebody behind me, so I want to be able to maintain a speed, right? If you're landing at Oshkosh, I can't just fly whatever speed I want.
Yes, you got to follow the plane in front of you.
So if you're listening to ATC and he's telling you to fly at a certain speed, you better bloody well fly at that speed, or you're going to be messing everybody up.
Indeed.
Okay.
Alright, just for your information, we are going to be approaching McMinnville Municipal off our nose, but it doesn't really matter because you can't see anything anyway, but just for your general
I've been there. I've been to McMinnville. Did a touch and go there.
It is nice and beautiful out there. I wish you could see it, but you're under the hood right now, so.
Okay, so I'm coming up on my altitude, so I'm going to begin to
Pretty much
level.
just put the power right back where you had it, and it should level off.
Oh, that's a bit too quick.
Yep. You'll figure it out. You got the principle, you have the idea of what you want to do. Now it's just a matter of practice till you figure out what your airplane's reactions are. And you're flying a new airplane. I mean, I know it's a Skyhawk, but it's fundamentally a different plane than X-plane. So you might as well treat it as like a totally different aircraft.
Oh, I've got off heading here too.
Yeah. But still within your, just on the border of plus or minus 20 degrees there. So, still reasonable. I'm gonna put the mixture back in to merge too.
Oh, there we go.
And honestly, it's probably a little dark for you, so I'm gonna just, let's see. Turn these radio lights on, and then I think, yeah, there we go, that's a little better, I think. That way you can actually see what you're looking at. Dark in the clouds. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, very good. I'm going to give you then a little bit of a challenge. We'll climb up 500 feet. So when you are ready and you feel like you're ready to go, I want to climb to 3,500 and a heading of south.
Okay, climbing to 3,500. Changing the heading to south at the same time.
And you can always use full power in a climb if you want it. I would recommend it. Skyhawk is definitely not overpowered.
No, it isn't, is it? Okay, we're on heading. I'm coming back around.
Just a little overshoot, but definitely well within the plus or
little
minus
overshoot.
20.
Yeah.
That's fine. You got a lot of things going on here, so you're reaching a bit of task saturation. You're having to manage multiple different things at the same time.
Well, at least you're not asking me to read an article right now.
Yep, you know, and
I guess you wait for that till you're going through your commercial endorsement.
Yeah, fact check and read me the emergency procedures from memory at the same time. I don't think I could do that myself right now, so. Back to cruise power, let your speed come up first maybe before you reduce. Alright, that's pretty good. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Constant airspeed climbs, descents we did, correcting instruments. I haven't made you change the speed very much. So I guess what we'll do now is let's actually do a let's see here. Be good. I'm gonna have us do a turn. When you're ready, we'll do a turn to a heading of 030 and maintaining altitude 3,500.
Okay.
And if you can, reducing speed to 90 knots.
Okay. Reduce the speed to 90 knots. I'm gonna turn to 30 degrees.
Okay, very well. All while maintaining altitude. So you're gonna have some trim adjustments and all sorts of fun stuff when you are ready.
Okay.
And bank is your choice, no more than 20-degree bank.
Whoa, sorry about that. That's old Microsoft. She's really sensitive.
Little overcooked there, but you're
Hope you didn't
fine.
bang your head into the window.
Yeah, you know, might need
if you're nodding off.
Treatment there, so there you go. Alright. Speed's looking pretty good. Just a little low on altitude.
A little low on altitude, pitching up a little bit.
This is not easy, by the way. You're doing really good for your first time in instruments. Although they do say sim pilots are notoriously good at their instrument flying because they don't have the physical sensations. So you're used to trusting instruments.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's pretty cool flying by instruments. Here you are just blasting around in the sky. No ability to see anything what's going on, but with just technology alone, you're able to
well, it sure opens up a lot more possibilities to you if you can use instruments. Like I can still fly VFR, and I can fly VFR the whole time, but it's just nice to have the instruments there to back you up. So, like yesterday, I would have turned around and went back to the airport. I wouldn't have kept going in real life. But if I was instrument rated, I'd say, well, I can keep going, because I'll find somewhere to land.
Yep. You probably need to do a pop-up IFR clearance or whatever, but it wouldn't stop you. It wouldn't prevent you getting into your destination. Which is why a lot of people do get their instrument rating if they want to travel anywhere consistently.
Yeah, it opens up more.
That is correct.
Okay, so I'm
your speed's pretty good.
I'm settling back, just slowly settling back down to my altitude of 3,500.
Yep, you're figuring it out there.
And my heading's okay.
Yep, your heading's fine. Your altitude is well within tolerance.
Yeah,
slightly high, but not like ridiculous. Your speed is pretty good at 90. I wouldn't complain too much as ATC at this point. I think that's very reasonable. though I'm not ATC, so I wouldn't know for sure, but seems reasonable to me. Okay. I'm gonna disconnect from your controls briefly, just because it is lagging a bit. I'm gonna see if I can reset it. Oh, see, it heard me. When I threatened it, now it's running smooth again.
Good.
All right.
You keep threatening it then.
I always say technology can hear us, because every time you threaten a computer, it's like, okay, I'm gonna turn this computer off, and it starts working.
Oh.
I'm like, it knew. Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's actually, it's actually hard to maintain an actual heading. You can blame it on gyro drift. It's like, oh, my gyro's drifting. Just reset it. There we go, and I'm back on heading again. It's pretty easy to keep heading if you're always moving your gyro around. And actually, that is an important point, right? As we're making all these turns and maneuvering in the clouds, our gyro is going to be drifting over time. There you go.
so I just reset that. I just reset my
and
directional
you don't have to worry
gyro.
about this. You're not going to be tested about this at a private pilot level, so you don't worry too much about this. But the only time you can reset the gyro in IFR flight is when you're straight and level and a constant airspeed.
And that's where I was.
And you were. So
yeah, I was. Yeah.
That's fine. Very good.
So I'm just noticing my altitude's getting a bit low. So.
Yep, I'll let you correct that, and then
my airspeed's getting a bit high.
It's fine. It'll balance itself out if you're in a climb.
There we go.
I'll let you balance that out. Once you're happy, let me know, and I will give you the next maneuver.
I'm gonna climb back up. What's my tolerance on my altitude?
It's plus or minus 200.
Oh, I'm well within it then.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
You can give me my next then.
All right, your next maneuver is going to be actually handing me the controls for a second.
Okay, hand you the controls. Where did it go? I'm giving you the controls.
Alright, I have the controls. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I want you to look away for a second. I'm going to put you in an unusual attitude, and then you'll need to recover from it by interpreting
I'm looking out the side window.
Okay,
nice
so stand by. Yeah, it's a beautiful white view or something. Stand by 1. I'm going to get us into a position, and then I will let you correct for it. I'll give you the controls back in, let's see.
So do you want me to look back before I take control, or after I take control?
You'll look back after you take control. So you have your. Alright, I'm going to tell you to do it. 3, 2, 1. It is your controls.
I have control. Looking back. Okay, so I'm going to bring it into level flight first of all.
Good.
So I got it level, and then I'm actually
establish straight and level flight. That's your
establishing straight and level flight. So my trim's a little bit weird. That's what's going on. So I'm just going to establish straight and level flight. And I'm going to start taking some of the pressure off of the stick with the trim, because I'm having to. There we go. So I got straight and level flight, and I'm going to back off my throttle to. Whoa! Geez, I'm sensitive. I keep forgetting that. And I'm going to back. There we go.
Alright, we're under control again.
It feels like I'm tilting over to the left. But I gotta trim it a little bit more.
That is a recovery from unusual attitude, which was not so much an unusual attitude as it was an unusual flight configuration, because we had weird stuff there. Alright, I think we survived, so go ahead and you can hand me the controls back. I'll give you another.
Okay, giving you the control.
I have control.
You do?
Yep,
oh, yeah, you do. Okay, I'm looking out the side window again.
Alright, I'm going to set you up for another one here. So, second. Let's see. Alright, your controls.
Okay, I have control. And I'm climbing, so I'm going to bring it to level flight again. And, oh, I almost stalled there. So I don't need to give it any power because I've leveled out now and it seems to be good. Trying to bring the RPMs back up to 22. Maintain level flight.
And you're well within the green arc
And
again.
trimming it out again. I keep messing with my trim. The trim's really important.
It is. Yeah,
So
this just goes to show you how much an out of control trim can ruin your day. Very good. Good recovery. We are established and smooth again.
Oh, this is fun.
I got 2 more for you. When you're
Okay,
ready.
I've got it trimmed out. I'm in level flight at 100 knots.
Perfect. You keep fixing the things I ruined for it. So.
Okay.
Alright, you can hand me the controls.
Okay. I'm giving you the control. Looking out the window.
Controls. Alright, let's see here. How can I mess with today? Let's do this. Let's do this. We're gonna do something like this for a second. Alright. And then I'm going to go ahead and let this happen. Alright.
Hang on one second. I got a viewer that's asking what my call sign is.
Okay.
My call sign is. What is my call sign? It's. Well, I got to take control here. I'm taking control. I have control, and I'm establishing level flight. Whoa. Skyhawk 223 Echo Whiskey is my call sign. So I'm bringing the throttle, the RPMs back up to about 2300, and I'm establishing level flight.
Good reprioritization there.
Trimming it out. Well, level flight's the first thing, right?
Yep, level flight's the first
And then
thing.
and then the speed.
Yeah. So if you're in a bank, the first thing you want to correct is the bank. So you want to,
Okay.
even if you're in a descending spiral or something, level the wings, then worry about pulling it up.
Okay.
And honestly, if you're in a descent, you probably want to pull the power back as well, because you're going to be at risk of overspeed.
Yeah, for sure.
Which you pulled it right before we got to like the yellow zone, so that was a good save there.
Okay.
All right, you can pass the controls back to me if you wanted to answer the question, although I think you did.
No, I did. I answered it.
All right, cool, great. All right, I'll give you one more puzzle, and then see if I have anything else.
Oh, I got low fuel. Oh, that's
we're
okay. I still got lots of fuel.
You still got like an hour or two.
But at least I noticed it. I'm gonna bring
Good.
the. So why is my speed increasing so much?
Probably just because we're in a descent.
We're not descending anymore. Oh, we are descending. So my pitch needs to come up a little bit, eh?
Yep.
There we go. Got level flight again. Why is that? Keep flickering. Nope.
Might need a retrim too. I probably, been having lots of fun with the trim.
So when I'm flying by instrument, you're saying watch the altimeter when I'm adjusting my speed for the level flight?
Yeah, you're going to be keeping an eye on your altimeter, but the main thing is obviously keep the pitch bar right in the middle of the attitude indicator, right between the blue and the brown.
Gotcha.
And then you're judging how the quality of your pitch, you're judging that up with the altimeter. That's the immediate feedback. The VSI gives you long-term feedback. The VSI is sort of like the running average.
Yeah, I'm not really paying attention to the VSI.
Yeah. It's helpful as far as like detecting long-term trends.
Okay.
Local trends, not so much. Okay, so we are back in control, and let's see, we're synchronized. I'm going to go ahead and finish this off by giving you a vector back towards the airport.
So I have control or you have control?
You have control still.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a vector back. Let's give you a vector of... This is pretty easy. Let's head and give you a vector of exactly 90-degree right turn, so let's do 3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. And what altitude do you want me to fly at? 35?
Go ahead and do 3,000.
3,000? Okay.
3, 4, 5, and climb and maintain 3,000.
3, 4, 5. Climb and maintain 3,000.
Other side angle, bank. We got time.
You said no more than 20?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some power too. Get a little slow.
Well, I want to descend as well, right? So I'm using... Oh,
Do you want to descend though?
3, you said you wanted me to descend to 3,000. Oh, I'm at 2,800. I want to climb up to 3,000.
Good, alright. It's funny how the clouds can turn your brain around like that.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to climb. Full power.
Very good.
We're on heading. And we should be climbing.
Yep, we are climbing.
Yeah, we're climbing. The altimeter says I'm climbing. And the attitude indicator says I'm climbing. And long term, I look over and I'm 500 feet per minute on the vertical speed indicator.
Looks like we've got a buddy coming our way pretty soon. We got an American 405 coming from the south.
And how do you see that?
I see them on little nav map.
Oh, you're cheating.
Yes, I have to play ATC a little bit here, so I kind of have to see everything going on.
Okay. So we're on heading, and we're coming up to our altitude. And then when we get up to our altitude, I'll back it off to 2,300 RPM. Oh, we just passed it.
All good.
2,200 RPM.
It's better to be too high than too low with a maintained altitude.
Oh, the trim's pretty good. My bank is not going to adjust my altitude much.
No, I'm not.
Funny how your brain does little tricks like that, eh?
Very good. Maintaining altitude. Airspeed's your discretion. Maintain this heading for now. American 405 is flying a fast one. Making a 220 knots. What you got there? Let's see. I don't see the type of aircraft. I don't think it's filed. Alright, well you've been in the clouds now for, I don't know, probably about a good half an hour at this point. I think it was about 15 minutes after our departure time. We put the foggles on you, so you've been flying instrument only for about 30 minutes.
Okay, that's nice.
Alright, vectoring you back towards the airport. How's your brain doing, fatigue-wise?
It's good. It's a little bit fatigued, but I'm having a lot of fun.
Getting good exercise, very
And
good.
it's a hell of a way to learn it rather than trying to figure it out from reading and watching a YouTube video to just do this. This is
A little bit more enjoyable.
well, it's interesting. I don't think if I was paying for flight lessons I would do this. I think I would try to learn as much about it before I got in with a CFI.
Sure.
But it's interesting. If you had unlimited money, this would be a neat way to do it.
Oh, of course, yeah. Money was no object, right?
Okay, so leveling out here now.
Buddy, gonna be showing up off our left wing pretty soon. Where are you, American 405? Ah, there you are, out our left window. Maybe I should have you take your foggles off temporarily so you can see.
Should I take them off temporarily, or should I take them off?
You can go ahead and take them off for now.
Okay, so.
You got a buddy off your left.
Can I give you the controls?
Yeah, go ahead and give me the controls.
I've given you the controls.
I have the controls.
Okay, so how do I take it off here now?
Just go to your cloud again, and then you should be able to switch it to clear skies. Reset.
Okay, I can hear my engine increasing, and it's making me concerned.
Oh, good. I'm trying to keep up with the.
Oh, there we go. Clear skies. Wow.
There you go. You got our buddy off of our 12 o'clock there.
I see him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is that another player?
Yeah, I think that's your viewer. I think.
That's my viewer.
Yeah, they said they were on their way, so I assume that's them. They're flying off.
Oh, that's really cool.
Let's see if we can circle around this lake here. American 405, you can hear this, and you can try to circle around the lake. See if we can catch up with each other. Play Ring Around the Rosie.
Yeah, you're gonna fly in formation with an airliner in a 172.
Wake turbulence, right?
Yeah. Plus he'd, well, even if we were far enough away, he'd sure have a lot of flap in, eh?
Oh yeah, he would have lots of flaps in. I don't think. I think we're probably at like final landing speed for an airliner in a 172 at maximum power. So.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's nice. I don't ever see any other aircraft when I'm flying. Very rarely. But then I'm not flying busy, Class Bravo airports either, right?
Nope, you're not. Let's see if we can join up with them. If they're in a turn, then they're not moving that fast, right, relative to...
Well, you'll head them off at the pass, so to speak, eh?
Yeah, exactly. We'll just lead them. This might be a good photo op. We can pull this off.
Oh, is he going to cross your flight path? I think he is.
At this rate, yeah. So the way you know if you're on a collision course is if the other aircraft is not changing position relative to your window, but is getting bigger. That is a collision course.
Dead giveaway. So you got to go to the right.
Yeah, or left. In this case, they're probably moving faster than us. If we just level off, then. Now.
Ooh, I think he just gave her some throttle.
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to keep up. Now, when it comes to flying near airlines, it's actually a good opportunity to discuss this. Do you want to be above or below an airline?
Above.
Yes. Good answer.
But then we won't be able to see him.
Okay.
Let's see if we feel the wake turbulence here.
No wake turbulence. Yeah, I don't know that MSFS.
I think I heard him yelling at us as he went by.
That was a good pass.
That was beautiful. That was nice.
Alright, I'm having too much fun. I'll have you hand the controls back to you now. Here you go.
Okay, I have the controls.
You have the controls.
Okay, so I'm turning back towards Hillsboro. And I'm going to climb up to 3,000.
Alright. Yeah, our gallons are getting a little lower, so we should probably head back over to the field. Might be a good time to actually learn how to use your GPS here, so let me see if I can figure out how to explain that. So what I'm going to do is, if you use the far right knob, the small knob, because there's the outer knob and the inner knob.
Yep.
Use the inner knob, and I'm going to turn it to the, no, it's not that one, okay, it's the outer knob then. So you turn the outer knob all the way to the right, and you get your list of nearest airports. From there, I'm going to push the cursor on, and I'm going to use the outer knob to scroll down. Let's see if I can find Hillsboro. Yeah, here it is. So once I have Hillsboro selected, hit the little arrow with the D in the middle, the direct to, and activate that. And if I go back to our map, we'll have a little magenta line for us to follow. So, yeah, you've got it. Magenta line pointing you straight to Hillsboro.
Oh, what am I going past my, there we are.
Okay.
Ooh, my speed's way up there.
Yeah, I had you at pretty high power.
2300. Well, I was climbing.
Alright. We're gonna go check the weather, probably once you get set up.
How will I check the, I haven't been able to figure out how to check the weather.
So the way I just cheat off of Sky Vector, because if it doesn't have an ADAS available, then we'll use Sky Vector.
Can I give you
if it was an ADAS.
control for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm giving you control.
I promise I won't do anything weird.
That's okay. Okay, so what I do is I actually go in Flight Simulator. I go to the weather.
Oh yeah, you can do that too.
And then, oh, I can't look at a METAR. Oh no, I guess I can, because I can see the. I can see the.
Local, yeah.
We set this wind ourselves, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So the wind here.
I guess it's gonna be calm.
Where's the wind?
Probably just 0, I would imagine.
I just don't see where it is.
Let's see. Oh, it's the little so if you have the weather tab open,
Yeah.
then it's the little blue gusty thing on the right side of the column. It's probably next to mean ground level. The little like glowing icon thingy. I don't know. Let me see this.
Don't see it. If you.
Okay, so mean ground level. So do you see the word mean ground level in the little gray area? It's above add wind layer, at the bottom. Very bottom.
Add wind layer. Mean ground level. Got it.
Yeah, and then there's the little gusty thingy.
Yeah.
That thingy.
Oh, there we go. Okay, the wind's from the west. That's at 1.
Okay, so it's like no,
So-
calm wind.
So we might as well just assume we don't have any wind, so we can land whatever way we want.
Yep, it's negligible.
So we'll land 3-1 left. Yeah, let's land 3-1 left.
Okay,
So that's nice
reverse
because
where
that
we
way we can do our approach in this direction here, and we'll join the 45 on the downwind for 3-1.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan. When you're ready,
Okay.
I'll hand the controls back over to you. The airport,
Okay.
I have it in sight off of our 2 o'clock.
I have the controls.
Alright, you have the controls. You're at 3,000. You'll need to get down to TPA.
Yeah, so I'm going to reduce, and we'll give them a call out now, eh?
Yeah, we're about 5 miles out.
So I'm guessing it's 5 miles.
Yep.
Hillsboro traffic, Skyhawk 223 Echo Whiskey, 5 miles to the south at 3,000 inbound for landing Hillsboro. How was that?
Very good.
Okay, so I'm going to try to hold it at 100
Alright.
knots.
Power. And if you need to, I mean, you can just do a 360. I mean, you can orbit down because we have to lose about, what, I don't know, 2,000 feet or so. So if you want to circle it, you can. Just depends on how aggressive you want to dive for it.
Well, we seem to be doing pretty good now. I think we're going to,
Yep.
we're still going to be 2 miles out by the time I get down.
And if you want, I mean, if you're below 110, you can do 10 degrees flaps, so you can throw out extra drag.
10 degrees
but
flaps.
Don't go beyond 10 degrees flaps over.
Not unless I'm below 80, but I want to keep it at 100, right? That's
Sure,
what
or
I
you can slow
said.
it down. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that you said that. I'm flying it the way I would fly it, which is like, I'm gonna fly it at... I'm gonna slow down time machine. Alright, let's see, making sure we're looking for engine failures. Plenty of fields to the left of us, so if our engine just suddenly up and died right now,
Yeah.
we would go to
And
the
I want to
left.
be at 1,200, 2 miles out as I join come into the traffic pattern, right?
Affirmative, yes, 1,200. You don't want to be descending in the traffic pattern, because then you
No.
sit on top of somebody.
Okay, we're at TPA.
Good, slightly low.
A
Power.
little bit low.
You can pull the flaps up and or just add more power or fly it slower if you want. Just remember you're going to lose lift if you pull the flaps up, so you'll need more power to compensate.
Okay, and we're looking around, making sure there's no Piper Cubs out here without radios.
Yep, or ultralight trikes or jetpacks.
Okay, I can't see very good up ahead. Oh.
Yeah, you can always do a little bit of bank to kind of reveal it to you. Claw it around a little bit.
Okay, so.
Alright. Pretty tight in there. We should probably go to downwind now.
Okay,
And
downwind.
it may be more of like a continuous 180 turn to final this close to the runway, or you can kind of angle it out.
You think I'm close?
I think we're close, but not ridiculous because our altitude's slightly low as well, so it's safe. It's close, but it's safe.
Okay. So there we are. We're on the right heading.
I think you fixed it.
Halfway up the strut.
Yep.
Okay. Hillsboro traffic, Skyhawk 223 Echo Whiskey on the downwind for left 131 Hillsboro. Okay, so I can start reducing my speed now, and I can put those flaps back down. Check to see the landing lights on, mixture's full rich, and seat belts are fastened. Looking for the 45 off the left shoulder. Right there, holding on the heading. Yep, clearing the skies, making sure there's nobody out here, and there isn't. Beginning my base. Hillsboro traffic, Skyhawk 223 Echo Whiskey, left base for 3-1, Hillsboro. Right about there, then I can begin my turn to final. I think you're right. Hillsboro traffic, Skyhawk 223 Echo Whiskey, final for 3-1, full stop, Hillsboro. So I want to get my speed to about 70 now.
Alright, what are we, high, low on glide slope?
We're high.
Okay, good.
Bringing her back to 70, trimming it up a little bit. Still high. We've got airspeed's good. We're just coming into the glide slope now. I've got my and I'm about to begin my transition. And it looks like we picked the wind well. Looking down the very far end of the runway. I just want my nose up a little bit so I can put the back wheels down first. And they're down. I'm trying to hold it on center line. And I'm just letting it run out so I can be easy on my brakes.
Very good. It's a long runway, you can afford that.
Yeah, it was saves money on brakes. Okay, so I think I can make this taxiway. A little bit hard on the brakes. There we go. And then I'm gonna just cross the whole short line, make sure I'm completely across it, and I'll do my after landing checklist.
Good, yeah, don't touch anything until you're off. Very good.
And I think I'm past it.
Yeah, you're well past it. You're a little guy.
Okay, so Hillsboro traffic, Skyhawk 223 Echo Whiskey, clear of 3-1 on Alpha, Hillsboro. And I'm specific there about what runway I'm clear of, just so people know where I am.
That helps.
Yeah, and I guess I could have said I'm at A5.
Technically.
Right?
Yep.
Anyway. Okay, so now I do my after landing checklist. So I'm just going to pull the mixture out, clean it out a little bit.
Okay.
and then I'm gonna actually take off the landing light and put on the nav light, or the taxi light rather. And I don't need the strobe on anymore, so I'll take the strobe off. And I could put the transponder on standby, but I'll leave it on alt because I'm on VATSIM. And that's it.
Flaps
I
up.
set my flaps up, and I set my trim.
And new thing, because we added it, pitot heat actually goes off now too.
Oh, pitot heat. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, good.
Well,
Good. Thanks, Josh.
Simulation.
Okay, there we go. So now, and where am I going? I'm gonna park just ahead here beside that aircraft that's just out to our 11 o'clock. If I can get by that guy in that little forklift without him running in, without him jousting with me. I checked that the taxiway is clear.
In my experience, the forklift usually wins. They just
Now,
flip the airplane
do
over.
you think there's any need for me to announce that I'm going to be taxiing?
Not particularly if you're going such a short distance.
No,
it's
and
a little ridiculous.
I can see everything too, right?
Yeah. In this case, it's a little ridiculous. But if you're going a longer distance and taxiing, sure.
Oh, and something I discovered yesterday. I learned a lot. It was really quite an eventful day. I learned that something's happened with the winds, because there was a bit of a crosswind, and I wasn't bad with landing, but it was really hard to taxi.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes the crosswind really yanks your nose around and doesn't want you to turn. I've gotten stuck where I couldn't turn one direction. I had to turn a opposite direction. I couldn't do a left 90. I had to do like a right 270 instead. It's strange. I think it's overdone, but I mean, I have heard stories of that in real world happening. It's just, I think it's a little exaggerated in MSFS. Which is fine, honestly. I kind of like the exaggerated effect.
Okay, so I'm going to go through my shutdown checklist here. So I'm going to put the throttle up to 1,000. Quickly do I'm going to turn the avionics off now, all the electrical off and the avionics off now. Bring the throttle up to 1,000 and do a mag check just to make sure I don't have a short on the mag, so I quickly shut it off and then turn it back on. Ah, that didn't work.
Good, it worked. You don't have a short on the mags.
Don't have a short on the mag, so I just continue to shut her down at this point.
Yep.
Turn the alternator off, turn the nav light off, and the taxi light off, and turn the key off and the battery off. And there we go.